So just to explain to y'all what's going on, we're actually filming some other segments for Hendry's 865 podcast. And we are here at the Historic Gatlinburg Inn, which is the oldest hotel in Gatlinburg and the greatest hotel in Gatlinburg, in my opinion. And while we were setting up, one of the owners, David Cross, walked in, and we ain't seen each other in a couple months or so. And we just said, hey, do you want to do a little segment about all the history of songwriting here at the Gatlinburg Inn?
Of course I do.
Yeah, so that seemed like it. And so, yeah, it's kind of just a joyous moment because we were starting something else and we just decided, let's switch this around. And there is a lot of history of regarding songwriting here. I'm sure I have some anecdotes that I'll share from a songwriter's perspective. But I've always actually wondered, as much as we've sat on the porch and talked and stuff, I have always noticed that the hotel literally loves songwriters. And I'm wondering how that came about.
Well, here's my theory on it. You know, people used to take vacations and they'd drive somewhere. They didn't fly out of the country, and you didn't go to Mexico or didn't go to the Caribbean. People around Nashville, if they wanted to get away, they came to the mountains. And a lot of Nashville people, particularly in the 50s and 60s, came to Gatlinburg. You know, Pigeon Forge hardly existed. Okay,
that makes a lot of sense.
And a lot of celebrities, and we've had a lot of people, you know, the Webb Pierces and the Roy Druskys and people like that who have stayed here. But the Bryants, Boudleaux and Felice Bryant, I don't know who turned them on to the Gatlinburg Inn, but they started coming in the mid-60s, and they loved it. And Aunt Wilma, Miss Maples, that owned the place, she and her husband, had a great affection for them. I remember Wilma introducing me to Boudleaux and Felice Bryant, and I remember I think it's the first Mercedes I ever saw. And, you know, that was in the late 60s.
So that's saying something, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm from the country, you know.
Yeah. So that's probably a big deal. Yeah.
But they wrote a lot of songs here, and I don't know what else was written here. We're trying to get an inventory of all the Bryant songbook that's at the Hall of Fame, and anything that was written in Gatlinburg was written here until they built their house here. So quite a few of the Osborne Brothers songs were written here.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And I've heard rumors of Love Hurts might have been written right in here, too.
Well, I wish it was. To me,
do you wonder if it was?
To me, the Graham Parsons version with Emmylou Harris of Love Hurts is the best Bryant song ever. I'll claim it.
And we don't disagree. But no, that's cool. So over time, that must have just evolved. Like, we met probably 12 years ago or something. And there's a whole segment on the Historic Gatlinburg Inn's channel about that relationship and how long I've been living here half my life.
He's never been thrown out.
right.
So far.
Close a couple times, but then I'd be good. But even then, I used to wonder, like, so that must have evolved since just kind of so Rocky Top was written here. And maybe from then it kind of developed this affinity for songwriters, because I'm telling you, dude, I can be 6 states away talking to other songwriters that I don't even know they know what a Gatlinburg is. And when I tell them where I'm writing all my songs, they're like, oh yeah, the Inn, they take care of us, they love songwriters. And I'm like, that's a really unique reputation for a hotel nationwide to be known among a songwriter community.
It's who we are. You know, that's our brand. That's what we try to be, is a haven for songwriters, and the Songwriters Festival is the Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival is a very good thing, very good way to do that. But the people you bring in, and Jerry Salley had people came in this past year that had a successful event.
Yes. I followed that online.
You guys doing like twice a year, like the songwriter things?
Yeah, there's 2 events. There's the Gatlinburg Songwriter Festival, which they're having next month. I don't know the dates.
Yeah, 15th and 16th.
The 15th and 16th of August. And then there's my annual songwriter retreat with Emmy Sunshine, and that's always the first weekend of February. It's always the weekend before Valentine's Day, because
so like in a winter time.
Yeah, a winter retreat.
Yeah.
And then in between that, you have, like, there's other events. Jerry Saley put on a great one in February, I believe.
Yeah, late February, I believe it was.
I followed it online vicariously, and it looked awesome. And even in between that, there's times I've walked down and seen like Danny Wells or a buddy and then you just go, hey man, you want to go pick a few songs here in the Pioneer Room? This is kind of near the lobby, and a lot of songs get picked in here. I know every year at your festival, it turns into a little jam session in the actual lobby. It's kind of a tradition these days. Like you look forward to it all year long, you know. But we've seen hit songwriters come through. Lots of up-and-coming songwriters. I know I personally have a list of over a few hundred songs that I've co-written here with just various people. A lot of independent artists, which independent music is huge right now. And those songs are getting released and cut and played on stages and stuff. And it's kind of amazing it all comes from these walls in the inn.
We don't know what might have been written here. We don't really know who all has stayed here. We've got our registration books going back to 1939, but we haven't even gone through them all yet. But you know, people like Webb Pierce would come in, and he, you know, the silver dollar plated convertible that's at the Hall of Fame in Nashville. He would drive that up here.
The actual
Yes.
same vehicle.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
he would drive it and park it in the parking lot. You know, and then of course it wasn't this country's Dinah Shore stayed here, and Liberace put on a little show up at an outdoor theater. I think it was $3.50 a ticket in 1962.
Oh, goodness.
And just
Can you imagine?
Acuff played up here. Acuff and Aunt Wilma and my mother were all from the same county. They were all from Union County, so they knew each other's people and all. Mr. Acuff, as they always call him. But we just had a lot of people, and again, that's who we are. We're not the Gatlinburg Inn, we're the historic.
That's always an important thing. Like, I know it always sounds like I'm
so much
lengthening.
history on it,
But that's an important thing to note. And I guess just to describe, if you ever come here to the Historic Gatlinburg Inn, we're at 755 Parkway. When you walk in, you would even notice there's photos all along the wall of notable people who stayed
on the left
here.
side.
Yeah, and just beautiful antiques and history here and things like that. And then it's kind of cool when I also think that history is being made right now every year with whatever other songwriters and stuff are going on. And it might be good to just talk a little bit about what's going on next month to let people know, because that August 15th and 16th, right?
Yes.
Is the annual tradition of a lot of songwriters come into town here in Gatlinburg. A lot of them from Nashville, just like you were saying. Mm-hmm. That's history in the making, whatever's being written at that time.
They love coming here, and it's an intimate setting. Not a big crowd, but we're glad to have anybody that wants to come. We have I guess it was Kim Williams and Larry Cordell and Carl Jackson probably were the three that really started the thing with Bobby Tomberlin and
the big dogs. Yeah. Kim was a mentor to me, so actually, and that started here, so that means a lot in my life.
And also we get a lot of new generation coming in. This is young age coming in, and the songwriter things.
Yeah, I get excited about the young faces.
Same my age, like, oh wow, like I should be like, I want to be part of you guys too, like.
Right.
Like, yes, let's
and
go.
You should, because you're a local songwriter, and so that makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a good time for all, and we're just thankful we've been able to be good stewards of the inn and preserve it and open it up to people that appreciate it. Hospitality is about expectations.
Right,
we want people to walk in the door and their expectation is this is a historic inn. It's not modern, and we don't want it to be.
Yeah, it's different than the normal, run-of-the-mill hotels that you would experience. Not that they're bad, but this is different. You're stepping back in time.
Yeah.
We want people to come down here, and when they go home the next week, and somebody says, "Where did you all go last weekend?" We don't want them to say Gatlinburg or the Smoky Mountains. We want people to say, "We stayed at the Historic Gatlinburg Inn.
Well, I'm hoping
That's
the
what
same.
we want.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And also, you guys got a great location right here. It's easy to find it. It's right in the middle of down in Gatlinburg.
That is the real truth. I
And
didn't
it's
think
like
to mention that. Like,
people coming
this
from
is
going to
central.
that direction, and people coming from North Carolina, like boom.
Yeah,
it's right
it's
here.
so central to everything.
It's pretty much like 5-minute walk distance.
Yeah,
never
yeah.
have to drive.
At least.
So central. For 12 years, 90% of the venues that I've played in Gatlinburg, I can walk to when I stay
Easy.
here. You know what I mean? That's a big deal because parking is a big ordeal in a town like Gatlinburg, and just being able to walk to the interesting things. And if you were visiting for the first time, there's a lot to see on the Parkway. I mean, you're at
it's
the
the
Historic Gatlinburg Inn, you're in walking distance to nearly everything, and it's a beautiful walk.
The best place to stay. I mean, it's
That's
just
a good
pretty much
point.
everywhere.
Yeah,
You
that's
get a restaurant nearby.
Yep.
The bar nearby, cross street, everywhere pretty much.
Yep, nightlife,
Nightlife, get live entertainment, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah,
blah.
a lot of the attractions.
You get
you know,
all
for-
this distillery around here. It's like 5-minute walking distance. It's easy.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you want to get out and have a good time, you can do it. But the great thing is you can walk in these doors and it's quiet and you can get a retreat.
That's true, actually. That's, what I
That's
wanna
really
say.
true. Because if I
that's
walk
what
out
wanna
those
say,
doors
actually.
right now, there's just a lot of happy noise out on the Parkway. But it is a little bit of a refuge. The moment you walk through the doors, it's kind of like it simmers down, and you go, okay,
Yes. It's what-
Get a
we
moment of
want it
peace.
to be that way.
right. No, that's great.
I was listening to somebody, and I can't even think who the artist was. I just happened to be listening to somebody on satellite radio a few months ago, and this guy was playing at one of the moonshine haulers or somewhere, and he said, "Yeah, we stayed at the Gatlinburg Inn, and they came up and told us we just had to be quiet, and we weren't making any noise."
And you're listening.
Anyway, it's just. But I thought it was just great that I run up on that one
That is
afternoon.
just the timing that you got to hear it like that. That's funny.
But yeah, man, like twice a year, you get really like a songwriter things here, festival things here. A lot of people are coming in and have a good time. You know, like when we come in front of the doors, you know how many people is there handing the guitars.
It's a really normal
Boards
thing
right
to
there.
see here. Somebody could
Oh, it's
just be
beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I seen a guy yesterday. I was walking through, and it wasn't even because we knew each other. He had a mandolin and sitting in the breakfast room tuning up. I don't even know what that was about, but it's so normal to just see.
I think like it's only the Gatlinburg Inn does do that stuff here in Gatlinburg.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's
I don't know.
exclusive to right here
Just right
in
here.
this building. Yeah.
All the other old hotels have been torn down. This is it. As I like to say, we are the oldest rat in the crib. And
That needs to be a banner outside.
I didn't make up that phrase. One of my buddies did, but it's great. But what we added back there at the end of the hall, you see all those 45s on the wall.
Yeah.
And those are people. Either all of those artists stayed here, or the song was written by someone that stayed here, such as the Bryants or Don Gibson.
Oh, that's great. I'm gonna have to look closer at that. I visually seen it just looked great. I didn't really know what it was.
Yeah, you know,
portrayed. I have to check.
you
that
know,
out.
Uncle Rail threw Don Gibson out.
Really?
Yeah.
See, there's stories here, y'all.
Don had some issues, and they he threw one of the world's greatest songwriters out of here. He had to. So Don just goes down the street and buys his own motel.
Oh, bought the motel.
He
Wow.
yeah.
Okay, he's in a different tax bracket than me, that's for sure.
Oh.
But yeah, I guess that's how you handle that argument. That's funny.
That's
So
quick.
those stories are great. And that is, also I should just want, before we're done, I should describe the front porch here is just filled with rocking chairs, and it's kind of a 90-degree angle of just many views of the mountains. And those kind of stories, that's like we just sit on the porch together and tell each other stories, and you meet somebody else from somewhere else, and everybody just talks, and then when the music's going on, like songwriter stuff, a lot of times we'll just see, if the weather's nice, everybody's just sitting out there picking together and stuff.
You talk
know?
about how people interact. It's people actually have met here at the hotel on the porch, and they've arranged their vacations to come back the same time.
You're not going to walk into a normal hotel and have people have that kind of history that they're. I agree.
It's a neat place, and as I say, we want to be good stewards. That's what we were
Well, your staff's incredible.
This place was put in our hands. It's been family owned since 1937, the same family. And we want to preserve it and improve it and be good stewards and keep this thing going long after I'm gone.
That's a beautiful goal, and I can say y'all's doing it. And yeah, because, well, you know, your staff's incredible, and it's like family to me. And I watch, they are just always hospitable and indescribable ways to everybody that walks through the door. And they love the songwriters too. They love the music. They know the music. And yeah, you got to meet the people and see the place to really understand. But I'm glad we got to talk about it for a little
It's kind
episode.
of like an accident, actually.
Right.
David just coming in and then, like, oh, let's go, let's do it.
No, that was the luck of the draw. Like, I'd heard you were coming in today, but I didn't know it'd be just in time to rope you into a little interview. Well, thank you for being on this with us.
It's my honor to be asked. And come on down and see us, to everybody. I think you'd enjoy the Gatlinburg Inn.
Come on in, bring your family, bring your loved one, make some memories, like be part of families, and
Yep, you become part of the family here. You
let's
do
go.
enough
We're in
times.
Gatlinburg.
Yeah. Well, thanks for listening, y'all. Thanks, David. Thanks,
David.
Henry. And thanks for having us on the 865 podcast.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I wish I could remember who. This is not a normal hotel, and we don't want it to be.
I agree.